to another exciting cast for MWO leagues. Today we got Aces Wild versus MGSq, something like that. This is DIV C on the Van Zant Militia Scrapyard Showdown. Today I
No
have
trash cans in the game yet, which is very disappointing.
yes. With me tonight, I have a good friend, 5 Day, from Erie. Say hi to everybody.
Greetings, Warriors. How you doing tonight?
Tonight should be pretty good. It's Sunday. This is the last game of this week. That we are in week two, uh, of the Scrapyard Showdown. Now, for some of the people at home, quick reminder on the rule set: unlimited Urbies, because that's the Roland exception. Uh, so
You gotta have a little chaos in there, otherwise it's no fun.
yeah. Other than that, it's three of a chassis across 5 drops, but you can't. It could be any variant. It's just that if you do drop three of the same chassis in the same drop, they all three can't be the same variant. The other notable rule is all legendaries are banned except the Irby legendaries, because Irby legendaries are awesome. And so far, not a huge turnout in the competition, so they can't be as OP'd as people claimed they were.
That has a quirk with it. I mean, it is a trash can, not a trash can't, but no one seems to be capitalizing on that quite yet. But stay tuned. You never know what's going to happen in the game.
Yeah. So both these teams are coming out of week one. I'm double checking the standings here. I believe where are we at? Aces Wild. Their first week match was against Clan Extra Fleet, Oceanic. They unfortunately lost that one 2-3. MSGQ. M, yeah, MGSQ. Sorry, did win.
Close enough.
I believe 4-1 against Shadowcat Gang. Yeah, or
Yeah, we've
Shadowcat
got a
Wizard Gang.
1-0 in the early days of the season. But
Yeah.
they are both right next to each other in the rankings, so they should be, all things considered, fairly well paired up. And
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
it's going to be should be a good fight. This is DIV C. Now, with this competition, the divs kind of got squished together. I believe last season there was uh, H, I, right? Well, H for sure. Maybe it went to all the way to I. So things got condensed. Uh, so some of these teams, I think one of these teams might have been DIV C last season. No, no. These teams are a lot of Div D teams last season. Yeah, because Div A, B, and C kind of got squished into two, into A and
And
B.
in both cases, I mean, the one thing you got to watch for, both Op4 and Aces Wild, these are teams that have been around since kind of the origin of MWO comp.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
they've got a long history of people that are very familiar with the game and both kind of how it plays and what the nuances of it are. And they're actually both very dedicated in building up proper players. So you'll see a lot where you've got people that are very talented and understanding of the game that are really committed to bringing new people into it. And
hundred
this game
percent.
isn't exactly young, but you've got a lot of guys that know how it works. So please don't sleep on these guys. They've got a real knack for finding the people that are worth playing, and we're gonna see what they throw at it. So enjoy the games tonight. We're about to get going.
Yeah, Team One locked, and immediately Team Two was locked right after. So both teams are ready to go. I'm double checking
Fantastic.
settings. Settings are good, and now we launch. We're gonna see how this first team goes, or first drop of the match goes. See who wins. Now, first drop is Alpine. This is the most anemic comp drop that I can think of in recent history. It's a 215 tons, or 210 tons, sorry, across 7 mechs. That averages out to 30 tons per mech. Doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room. If you down ton 3 mechs to 20 tonners, that only gives you 30 extra tons to put somewhere else, right?
And Level, let me bounce an opinion off of you. I've heard that this is either one of the worst maps in the game. Well, let's just agree it's probably the worst map in the game for the 12-man soup drops. or one of the best maps in comp. I think depending on the angles you choose, this could be a fantastic map. What are your feelings on this one?
So I believe the new spawns completely change how this map has been played in the past and how it will be played in the future. The new cap, like everyone always fought over the mountain, right? It makes absolute sense to put a cap up there, right? Because now there's other than people just fighting for the best place to farm. Oh, we got a hold call.
We
Oh,
have a whole call.
someone's Disco's out there.
That
But
does
like
appear
I'm
to be
looking
the
here at
case.
this data cap on top of the mountain. This used to be somewhere over there. uh,
Yeah, Theta used to be down in the valley below the mountain where it was impossible to get between point A and point B. It is now at the absolute peak in the center.
yeah. Uh, a couple interesting things is with the spawns actually both at the top of the map. That means a spawn rush like with a brawl max is completely doable if you take the northern pathing. And then it's basically if you want to rush your enemy, take north. If you're going to play caps, go south. And if you're just playing the long game, you go center. Now both teams are now dropping, but I didn't see the hold ending yet. Yeah, the hold is still
The
on.
hold was caught. I believe both will be on it.
Yeah.
And with a map this big, that could be critical because this map, even with a light drop, has been very cap focused. So the timer is an issue.
Well, while we're on this hold, I have like a 5 or 7 minute delay depending on the settings on the on Twitch side. Uh, I'm assuming everything sounds good on my end.
Yeah, let's go with yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, chat, chime in. In 5 minutes, we'll find out what you think.
Yeah, that's yeah. At least we'll be able to fix the problems before drop 2. Hopefully. Well, while we're sitting here waiting, I'm taking a look at some of these mechs here. Uh, some cool paint jobs. This Osiris is like gothic purple. It's the only way I know how to describe that. Like, or is that blue? Purple, blue, purple, blue.
And ACES, wow, looks like they're going to be running 2 Incubus. I see.
Hot Rod Fleet,
What do we
dope
got?
ass shit.
Yeah,
Jimmy with an E. That is a sexy looking flea. Charbony, you try too hard with your camo pattern. It matches too much. All right, let's look at
three's
your.
calling for. Three's asking about redrop. What is the cutoff for that? 12 minute?
I believe they can ask for it after a minute.
Copy that.
But it doesn't matter if the other one agrees to it. Then we'll just do the redrop. But while we're here, I'm looking at these other mechs. This Viper, I like that kind of gold lightning thing going on. You know what that feels like? It feels like a Necron. Very Necron vibes. I love it. And then this is just a solid black Incubus. 2 out of
Well, why
10.
not do a thing if you can't do it with style?
Yeah. So, but yeah, they can ask for a redrop because yeah, it's been definitely long enough. But they can ask for a redrop if they want, and then we'll go from there. I'm taking a look at the other team now. Legend of Kelda, beautiful Irby. Ghost Fox, got that lightning thing going on too.
Yeah, ACES, well, looks like they're going to be doing Shadow Cats, Urbies, 2 Locusts, and I believe I saw 2 Incubus. So, best guess, they're probably looking to make, if not a long range fight, a fight out of it. And
Jesus,
we'll see how that pans out.
not if someone asked me what does like sickness look like, it would be not Bob's Mex. This thing is
Oh,
wildly green and yellow, and that little bit of blue.
I
Everything's
will.
clashing.
I will happily inform him of that. Thank you for the heads up.
So I guess both teams seem to agree to a redrop at 10 minutes, which they could have already called one, but it looks like they're going to wait that long, which is okay. That's if yeah. I'm pro. Teams can agree on shit. If both teams agree to something, they can do it.
Exactly. I can see the value in calling the redrop at this point, but if they're both here for the gangbang, yeah,
Yeah.
10 minutes, why not?
Well, not even a
On a
wiggle.
map this big, that is interesting. I mean, it's one of those maps where if you want to do range hold, it's always been a map that offers a lot of options for that. Even with the
Yes.
revised spawn points, it's got potential there. But oh, you're calling
Here we
1050
go.
go. Go go go.
45. Well, they already said 50. You already said 50 the first time. A 3. Your whole team went sit before you.
Well, +1 -1, they're both moving. So let's see how this goes out.
Yeah. Uh, so we talked about it, but we'll just list it off one more time. Op 4, MGSq, Flea, Osiris, Incubus, Kit Fox, Javelin, Viper, in a second, Incubus. I'm checking what kind of builds they're running. Kit Fox is triple ER large. The SA Incubus is SRM's small pulse, and I think a machine gun. All right, FC's been taken, Gamma's been taken. MGSQ is going for the north side of the map push across. And Aces Wild is here, just kind of holding by FC's. They must know this is happening because, yeah, here we go. This fight's gonna be over with fast. This is gonna
Aces
be a
Wild, with
nasty.
few exceptions, I'm seeing a lot of ER mediums and and light machine guns. So they are absolutely planning on kiting this game to
Ooh.
victory.
All right, Aces Wild has a whole firing line here on that Viper. Viper is just being torn to shreds. Is he going to get out alive? He's actually damaged all over. So because of that spread damage, he is absolutely going to get out of there without taking too much. Uh, Way Owen and Jimmy are sliding down the mountain. They're in full backpedal mode now. They're that aggressive attack there that seemed to be they seem to have been planning. Didn't work out, so they have pulled back to their spawn. But now Aces Wild is pushing into them slowly but surely. They also, I think, still have at least one range mech, or is that two cat mechs off to the side?
Aces Wild is mostly built for about 300 to 400 meters. So they're built for they're kind of built to go aggressive, but take whatever comes their way. They can fight whatever they can see. The question is whether or not they can get the entire team in a position to capitalize and
We
take
were
over what Op 4 is throwing at them.
So we were talking earlier about the new places to fight on this map because of all the changes. Now, watching the Incubus here at the very northernmost peak shooting down into this valley that Aces Wild is currently stuck in. Now, the two mechs I saw regrouping with Aces Wild seems to have been their cat mechs. Uh, now now all seven of them are grouped up right there in that valley, but that could be a bit of a kill box if they don't push through. But I'm looking at the damage HP numbers. They're about even on the trades so
Aces
far.
Wild is more or less in the right spot. It's just a question whether they can
Ooh,
capitalize on that position.
Private Skittles just got nuked. Beam lasers and every other color of lasers just nailed him and pushed him off that cliff. He's opened up everywhere. Red's now pushing in. Ghost Rider and
Oh,
the
the north
Viper
side of the
is
map is where the park
caught
is.
out. Oh, he's going to get picked. Both legs wide open on that Viper. Is he going to get out of there alive? Nabob and the Shadowcat died. Red pushed. Red team pushed into blue in the canyon. Blue
Aces
team
Wild
is
is taking over that hillside on the north edge. They are going to have a kill box if these guys can't get out of the line of sight.
Ghost Rider finally does go down. Rustava and the Javelin goes down too. It's now 2 dead to 1 dead. The Kit Fox is fighting with the Commando here. Way Owens just dancing with that beam laser Incubus. Ooh, Legend of Kelda self-destructs. Prince Hansen's about to go down. Prince Hansen drops. Captain Ivan just kind of making a break for it in the Locust there. The Commando is completely surrounded. He's going to go down here in a second. He's now been legged. And now... Oh, he managed to get the Osiris. I didn't see that one coming. Commando is now down. There's not much the Locust could do here. He could probably go... Well, I was about to say he could go for that pick, but there it is. Red will
No,
just has to get the
the
caps
weight's
and
against
sweep.
him. This one's kind of in the bag.
Yeah, once they turn Epsies and flip it, that should be GG's. That was kind of
The firing
crazy.
angles are the firing angles are just so punishing on this map. The first one to make a mistake will lose half of their team.
Yeah. Now I focused there on that Kit Fox there for a second, but that was beautiful. The blue kind of like overcommitted on that Kit Fox, and right when that happened, when that Kit Fox was running, the uh red team just kind of just barreled in over here and just ran over Notbob and then just ran down the hill. And look how effective it turned out to be by catching them in the side like that hard.
I just got to
GG's
clean
going
it
by
up.
both teams.
Really well done.
That was a good strat. I was worried there for red there at the beginning. When blue started pushing back uh at the top of that hill there, and then they
Now, it
got pushed
feels
in the
like to me if
valley.
Op 4, yeah, it feels like to me if Aces Wild had used their range and been less aggressive, they could have chosen different paths. But with that said, we don't know what they saw from their own driver's seats. It's a big map, and when you see something, you either have to make the call and run with it, or roll the dice and be wrong. That's how it shook out.
I
Well
will
played, both
say,
teams.
I will say, I'm happy to see to eat my words. And there's an Urban Mech 2C on Ace's Wild side.
It
Uh,
is a trash can, not a trash can. Thank you, Van Zant.
okay, while all this loads. Oh no, they put a commercial break on in the middle of the drop. Who's running my cast?
Well, that's an easy solution. Hey, chat, subscribe, you cheap sons of bitches. You don't have to deal with this anymore.
All right. Next map is Series Scrapyard. Now, this is a map that that has thrown a lot of teams. Teams who don't play it a lot, you can kind of see. Uh,
It's and series has been a big roll of the dice. I mean, whether you decide to brawl or decide to go range, either can be either can be successful if you play it appropriately. This map is kind of compact. It can give you a lot of options, but it can punish you if you guess wrong. So this has been probably the most unpredictable of the maps that we've seen in the comp so far.
yeah. You know what? I was just thinking about it when we were talking about it earlier. This map reminds me if you raised the height of all the hills in classic polar highlands by about 20% or about 25%, and then literally compress the whole map into a quarter of the original size.
You know what's interesting? You just described Luthien now.
Oh shit, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, that map is either all ER large and Goss or pure brawl, depending on how you play it. Which
Well,
means this map is going to be chaos.
now,
Both teams are going to decide what it is they want to do out here. And the deciding factor is going to be how well they execute it and how well they react to the guys on the other side. So this should be fun.
yeah.
Can't wait to see.
Now, okay, ad break did end right before the big fight on the stream, so that's good. I was worried they were going to miss the actual fight.
Yeah, let the unsubscribers suffer. They deserve it. Am I being salty? No, I love you all. This is MWO. I'm very happy to see everybody that's here.
We may or may not have had a couple beers. It is the
A
evening.
couple.
Shh, we don't have a drinking
I'm
problem.
not I'm not obviously slurring yet, but
All right,
wait a minute.
Team one's locked. Team two's on timer now.
Op 4 and friends are currently getting themselves in order.
I'm kind of curious what they're going to do here. Um, Op 4, that last one, did have a more brawly deck. While, wait. Oh, oh
Tribes
shit.
is already talking trash to the friends. That's
No,
fun. Oh.
no.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is a question of protocol. Are we willing to let them take the mulligan and revise that? It's kind of on op four, but I hope they're the charitable
You know the
charitable
beauty
sort that
is
says.
we're just casters on this tournament. We have no say in the rules. It's up to them to hash it out. There, if someone locks over tonnage, it's up between the two teams to deal with that in the rules, or go to the admins, get the admins involved. We're
All right.
just
Well, let's hope generosity wins out. Bob mentioned already that he
yeah. Most
had
teams
some
do.
issues with the abacus. Well,
Well, you gotta remember
let's hope
most
let's win
teams
this
are
over rule
pretty.
books.
DPS a couple of times is accidentally like typed like
And
I've
Owens
typed
is right on board
locked
with it. He's just
without
saying, yeah,
locking.
yeah, yeah, shit happens. Let's go.
But yeah, we've done that, and teams have always been pretty good about it. Like, because I've at least a few times on live on like casts friggin' typed locked while I'm still not readied up.
Ah, there he goes. They got it worked out. And Owen said kisses and hugs. A
How dare
magnanimous
they?
Australian. You'll love to see it. Math is hard.
It yeah, it kind of is. I man, after high school and after like college and stuff, I could do pretty complicated math in my head pretty easily, right? But like I haven't had to do that a lot in my life. So like now it's like if I have to like multiply a couple like two-digit numbers, right? I have to like
Well,
just
want
think.
and need are very different scenarios. Can you? Sure. Do you want to? I'm not here for that. But it looks like they got their scenarios kind of organized. I'm quite happy that they're making a thing
Let's be
happen.
real, MWO pilots are not much more better than lemmings, right? Like being a team
MWO
leader.
pilots are not much better than like the actual mech warriors of lore in BattleTech. I mean, it's kind of a balance of illiteracy and alcohol. If they can drive the
Oh,
mech, come on.
listen, all right. Real talk while we're sitting here waiting on these two teams. Real talk.
Or not, they're both great.
That BattleTech cartoon, all those pilots
Team
would have
two
never
lock.
survived one day as a mech warrior. Yeah, Team Two is now locked. We're gonna punch him. I'm not. I'm gonna stand by this. They just literally walk out in the open and just stand there and shoot. Right? Every
I'm sorry, Chad, I
scene.
poked the bear. We're in this now.
Yeah, and right and like if you we've all done that at least once in our mech warrior careers, right? What happens if you do that in an actual like mech on mech combat? You immediately die. You don't get long enough to sit there and shoot for like 10 seconds. You get one shot off and then you get shot 50 times and you're dead. Like
Mostly if you're in your sphere, because clan mechs are just better.
hey, you shut your filthy test tube baby mouth.
In the lore, in the lore. Clanners never lost because they had worse tech. They lost because they had worse brains. They were too busy on honor for honor's sake, blah, blah, blah. Call techs, honor for the sake of honor with a side order of honor. Whereas the Innersphere was basically big on, if you're dead, I win. High five, crack the Budweiser.
Okay, so lore question that when they talk about like we all know the clans are genetically like engineered.
Modified.
Yeah, they all come from the founding like guys, right? Like Karinsky and stuff. So so are they all just kind of
Kerensky
like
and
inbred? Because
it depends on
it's
how
like
you
the same
value
12
the
dads for
eugenics of the
everybody.
test tube.
All right,
We'll
well,
table this for another
yeah.
time. It looks
I'm
like both
look.
teams are right to get
I'm
into
looking
this
at
party.
Aces Wild here. We got a Charger 1A1, Osiris, the Vulcan 5T, Ice Ferret, Crusader, Flea, and Adder. What does Up 4 have? While I look at some of these builds.
Op 4 is bringing a Summoner B. We know what that's going to be. Mistlink C could be either like machine guns or AP Gauss, depending on how they feel like they want to bring the party. Op 4 is also bringing a Mishi, a Blackjack Alpha. We already know what the arrow is going to be. They got Fire Starters, Javelin F, Crusader T. Op 4 is absolutely looking for a 200-meter party, and we're going to see how they play it.
Ooh, Shadowhunter and his Flea just got sniped a little bit from Theta. Now, it does look like Op 4 is playing around Theta, playing a very hard in center. Aces Wild is just running around the outside this map. This is interesting.
This is wild built for a range hold.
Um, I not necessarily. Yeah, it's small lasers and stuff. It's definitely brawly. Now, is the Crusader range? I think peeps are coming off him. Okay, Crusader is a heavy peep and a light peep. A lot of peeps and stuff, like light peeps
Yep,
and stuff
Aces
going on.
Wild looks to be.
They
They look
look
like
like
the kind of team though where they're gonna basically win through attrition, spread out, and basically shoot the middle until they die.
oh,
I
ooh, they're
lied.
getting
They're
spread out.
already pushing center.
They're getting spread out too. Ooh, the adder. They know they're here. They know
Aces
they're
Wild is
here. Aces
gathering
Wild
up.
is yeah. Op 4 is repositioning to receive. All
Oh,
right, here
this
it
is
goes. Here it
beautiful. They're
goes.
actually here for the party. Let's see how this fight goes.
Uh, Ghost Fox and the adder are getting some nice shots off, but he is just an adder, so when he's getting hit back, he gets hurt pretty bad. His right leg is looking a little weak. Vulcan. Oh no, Vulcan just backpedaled into the charger there. They need that charger into this fight. The Osiris. Oh no, Osiris is overextended on Theta. The enemy team has completely surrounded him. Now they're chasing him. Aces Wild are chasing after the enemy team, but they're gonna get this free pick here. No,
Oh yeah,
Aces Wild did
that
chase. Aces Wild held.
is a free lunch. So one
Oh
Osiris
no,
down.
that was a completely free pick. Oh, that's gonna be devastating. Those Osirises can boat quite a bit of firepower for a 30-ton mech. Aces Wild now has to make their push a whole man down.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
one glass cannon off the
oh no,
board. That's gonna hurt them quite a bit.
Crusader's getting focused by a few mechs here. I'm trying to get a look. He's been legged, side torso open. He'll be dying soon. The adder's leg just now got open. The charger, is pretty
And Aces Wild is
relatively
playing
healthy.
this absolutely perfect. They are completely spreading out and looking for firing angles. No one is selling themselves out.
100% Op 4 is completely
Oh, they're even
dominating
fleeing
this.
their asses. If that
Uh,
disrupts things, that could be something. But let's see how they're behind. No, no, it's too spread out.
yeah, it's a little too spread out. The
Before it reacts
mislinks
properly,
here.
this should be in the bag.
Now they managed to pick the adder. This mislinks, which is pretty injured, is just they stopped focusing him, and he's just getting free shots in. Uh, it looks like that's what this is going to be a
Focus
case
fire
of.
and just cleaned them up. That was
Yeah,
30
that was
seconds of quick
textbook.
decisions and a great play. They did really well in that.
100%. Now that was textbook uh, concentrated fire. They saw the pick on the Osiris. They took that immediately, and then as soon as that was taken, almost like a dance, they were immediately turned around and ready to fight the rest of Aces Wild. And then
Aces Wild, Ghost Fox did the top damage in the looks like the Warthog with about 378. Everyone else was kind of in the same territory with a few that just got left in the wrong place. That is a Mech Lab win for not Aces Wild, Op 4. Well played, guys.
all right, that's 2 wins for Op 4.
And it's not all over yet, but we still got 3 games.
Yep.
Math says we still got a hell of a game in front of us, everybody.
Oh no, my cat. No, Kitty. That's a bad Mr. Kitty. All right, I'm letting the teams know I'm swapping.
Level, I gotta be unprofessional. I gotta step away for 5 seconds. I'll be right back.
That's it. That's it. You're being blacklisted. No, Kitty. Oh, quit whining at me. What? 1 second, people. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I had to deal with the kitty. Now, Up4 played that last one really well. But, as pointed out, there's still 3 drops to go, so this could still go Ace's Wild Way. Team 1 is on a 5-minute timer. We got one more drop on series to do. Now on that last one, as we saw, Aces Wild, they kind of got played a little bit with the Osiris that got picked and stuff. But we've seen teams in the past pull stuff like that back. What became devastating was they got pushed back. Is when they pushed in, Op4 managed to wrap around them using that kind of like rock pillar thing. The split Aces Wild team in two. And
series is really becoming one of those maps where it's kind of a litmus test of whose team cohesion is better and whose reactions are quicker. Because no matter what it is you're going for, if you choose a thing, it's the team that responds cohesively and faster that generally wins. That map just gives you so many angles within 400 meters that if you can come in force and respond fast, you might make something happen.
100%. Alright, Team 1 is now locked. Team 2 looks pretty ready already. We'll see how this goes. Oh, you missed it, 5-Day.
What'd I miss? I'm here.
Oh no, when you stepped away for a second, my cat jumped on my lap and he's like, I demand to be let outside.
All right, press F and chat for the cat. Level OP.
So he
feline
started biting
power.
my ankle, which is the sign.
Press F
like...
for feline. Press F for respect.
He's a chunkers. Well, he's not super chunky. He's not like really fat. He's just bulky. If that makes sense.
Well, it's a cat. That's just how they roll. You know, feigned affection plus violence.
100%.
Congratulations, you're a cat owner.
Yeah. Sometimes your cat brings a live squirrel into your house and then just releases it. Like, hey,
see, I haven't had that experience. I've had dogs that have done that, but most of my cats, anything they brought in, it's stone dead.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm pretty sure my cat was like, hey, you got to learn to hunt, you fat ass.
We're green across the board. Let's look for the call.
All right, there it is.
Team 2 locked. Not Bob. This is your opportunity to make this into a 3-2 and claim victory. Do not let us down. Not that I have favoritism at all. But you're the one that's kind of behind, so I'm always a fan of the underdog. Let's make a game out of this.
I always root for the underdog. Always root for the underdog. I grew up watching that movie Rudy like 50 times as a kid.
Oh, The Hobbit? I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the potato fan, which is oddly on brand for MechWarrior Online.
Classic sports movie, go watch it. It's great. Greatest 5-Day, what's the greatest sports movie of all time? There's only one correct answer.
No, there is not. Searching for Bobby Fischer.
No, A Knight's
yes,
Tale.
Chess is a sports film. I'm going to die on this hill. You picked the wrong fight, sir.
No. A Knight's Tale is the greatest sports movie ever made.
All right, I'll accept that as a opinion.
All right, hold on, guys. We're going to intermission as we fight this out. So, someone have some Benny Hill music to play?
All right, Knight's Tale. Okay, first off, Heath Ledger. No complaints whatsoever.
Hold on.
Alan Tudyk, supporting role. No complaints. I think he needs more respect, and the fact that he played the Joker at some point, hats off. That's a great call.
Hold on. The match has started. Aces Wild dropped Locust Pirate Spain, Crusader, 6T, Vulcan 5S, Charger 1A1, Adder, Ice Ferret, and Osiris. This is roughly the same deck they just took. They're just running it again. What about Op 4?
This is the map for it. Second verse same as the first. Op 4 is running a Crusader, a Javelin, a Summoner B, Firestarter, Phoenix Hawk S, which is essentially a fat capper, Mistlink C, which, that's probably the brawler here for the gangbang, and a blackjack to clean up whatever it sees over their shoulders.
All right, there's some skirmishing going on. Op 4 playing a little more forward this time. Both teams just go straight, just fighting around here at center. There is like 7, 8, 9 UAVs up in the air. I love to see it. I don't think shooting any of them down are worthwhile at this point. There's just so many in the air. That's wasted heat. But yeah,
no,
they are
congratulations. You've got a point. This is the OK corral. Both teams said, "Hey, here's Theta. Let's shoot and see who shoots straighter."
Yeah.
This game is going to be about who kills the other one harder, and I love it.
Now, Op 4 got themselves a little bit of a pocket here. This
Aces Wild pushing left side.
If Aces Wild could push from two different directions, from Theta and down this pass at the same time, and catch them in a pincer, they could pull this out. But they're kind of just going straight into them. Let's see how this works out for them. The summoner
Op 4
is
standing at
pretty
the choke
weak.
point where most. I'm sorry, Aces Wild is standing at a choke point where most of Op 4 can focus their fire. They should choose a different angle, or this may not win.
Illusion in the summoner is about to go down. His left leg's open. They managed to kill the Osiris first. They got to start getting these mechs picked. They got to get that concentrated focus fire. Captain goes down.
They recognize what was happening and they're giving ground. They're playing positions on the map. They are not playing mechs.
But yeah, I'm going to get a little Overwatch view here. But look how Op 4 managed to wrap around Aces Wild during the push.
Yeah, and they did it with the W. They did it with the S key.
Yeah,
they backed up and they basically let them choke themselves into one of two angles around those hillsides.
Yeah, exactly. And then
it is a really good call on the part of their leadership to go backwards. Smart play, really good Op 4. And I think that should secure them the win for the game. I think that's 3.
That's 3, so that gives them the W for the match. This is a points-based tournament, so every win is 2 points. Someone said Alpine's only worth 1. Ralphie, I know you're in chat. You can confirm if that's right or not, because I don't have the rule book pulled up, unfortunately. But they still need the points for tiebreakers and what have you.
That is important. You are absolutely correct. Even if you lose to a certain degree, you can still win when it comes to the man behind the curtain. Those points absolutely matter. So Aces Wild still has some value in what's in front of us. And if they can clean up these two with some confidence, that may really play out later in the season.
100%. Sometimes it just takes a couple matches before you get your rhythm, and then you just skyrocket. And look at 2D20. I mean, I bet they're going to be a top 6 finisher for Worlds this year if they keep growing the way they are. Next match.
And full salute to Untel. That guy absolutely runs his teams extremely well.
100%. He's also a very good, fun personality. But I'm expecting big things, and I know that they can achieve them. Because, like I said, they currently have the momentum. DIV C last season, DIV B now, and they're dominating. Yeah. Next season, DIV A, and then after that, fucking top 12 worlds, baby.
If we could all be there.
Yeah, getting old sucks. I've been doing these casts for 5 years now. When I was still in my 20s. Now I'm in my 30s. And
well, hey, maybe PGI will sell themselves to Tencent. As long as we learn Chinese, we've still got a job. Did I say that? Everyone forget what I just said. Belay that order.
Oh, I foresee a Skull in our future. For those that not in the know, Skull is that's the Orion 2C hero, correct?
That is the very, very masky, speedy clan version of the hero Orion. That is correct.
That's right. It has mass too. It goes the speed of Yeet. That's crazy.
Which is kind of odd. I mean, it's sort of an oddball. It can. I mean, most of the time I see that it masks itself up into serviceable speed because it gave up all the rest of its tonnage. on the PPCs that it can carry. So the skull is weird. You either run it kind of slightly undergunned, but I am speed, or you put all the guns on it and mask yourself into serviceable.
Yeah.
So what they mean to do with this is very curious.
Isn't Skull with the little dots over the O? Isn't that like the chewing tobacco
It's very
brand?
IKEA.
I think it's a chewing tobacco brand.
No, it's absolutely free Rosselhog, 2 dots over the O. Thank you for shopping.
Thank you for shopping Walmart. I love you. You caught the. I know you know the reference. Yeah, fantastic movie.
I would reinforce your opinion, but we're going to get off track if I do it for too long.
I'm checking. So while we wait on these two teams, I forgot to tell that they're on a timer, but they know. Someone says jousting was the pink slip drag racing of its era. Um,
No,
no,
that
they
checks
had
out.
No, they actually had horse races. Like they actually drag raced with horses. That was actually a thing. Jousting
No, but
itself.
I see what the Gwiz is putting down. He's basically saying like, "Hey, here's my balls. Here's your balls. Whose balls are bigger?"
Yeah, mine are.
And they went ahead and said, "Hey, I hit you with my spear. You hit me with your spear, and whoever wins takes it all." And Gwiz is saying, "Yeah, I won. Thanks for the horse. I'll take good care of it." So yeah, that's Pink's.
So, if you want to see really good jousting, that's not the theatrical jousting, but actual jousting, like with real wood, real people getting hit hard, knocked on off their horses, and having to get dragged to the hospital because part of their armor caved in on them. You look up Knights of Valor and go to one of the Renaissance festivals or something that they participate in. They go all over the world, but those are the people who actually do like old school jousting for real still.
We got all green across the board, and Team 2 is locked.
Just in time. Just in time. All right. Yeah, wow. Team 2, instant lock. Fucking instant lock. Love to see it. All right. We're going here to drop um, 4 of the evening on Forest Colony Snow. Most of us have played it. Old school, old timers, this used to be a big, this is one of the original maps. Got pulled
I
from
was going to ask you
rotation
about
for a
that
long
level. This
time.
is one of the OG maps that has been around since the game launched, correct?
Yeah, if not since it launched, at least like in those early couple years, right? Along with like Polar Highlands and I can't a Terra Therma map that I've never seen because it was never
We
brought
got a
back.
hold.
Another
Team
hold.
Red is called a hold
Oof.
because
Not.
Bob is still having trouble with Comstar.
Oh man, we had a pilot that happened to over at DPS. Not this season.
It's a vintage game. You're always going to have a little hiccup here and there.
uh, I think last Worlds, even though DPS did a rewards team, there was like half dozen matches where I my game just like randomly discoed and then try to race to get back in before they send someone to pick me off. It's always fun and
I call
extra
that
stressful.
bait. Also, if anyone really wanted to like investigate the modern Knights combat kind of thing, I strongly recommend the Twitch channel Midnight Sumo. If you don't know it, trust me, you'll love it. People with the physique of your most alcoholic uncle, engaged in combat on the highest level. You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. So points are a thing. Um, Ralphie said, "I see neither team's pushing the Irby game hard," and he said that's one of the not secret tiebreakers.
Well, Ralphie needs to incentivize that more in the future. If he gives people a like 0.5 multiplier for games won with nothing but Irbies, English is hard, we might see some more interesting results in the next Van Zant shenanigans.
Okay. So To add on what you just said, I got a great idea. Make the points like 10 points, and then you get a bonus point for every Irby on the field.
Oh, you could make that even more chaotic. You could get a plus 10 points for every Irby you field, or flip that to every plus 10 points for every Irby you kill. You min max that shit.
All right,
Chaos,
all right,
baby.
all right. I
We're
kind
at
of like
14
that.
minutes and we are still in a hold. What are we doing here, fellas?
Oh, Prince hands. Ah, we all saw that. Your foot wiggled. How dare you, sir? Oh, now you're 911. All right. He turned his back to me twice as I was rotating the camera around him. I have no idea how he knew that. He's psychic, and I will suffer no witch to live. Warhammer taught me that. All
Zool's
right,
currently wobbling the hell out of his torso in the bull shark, so I guess fair is fair.
look at that.
Nobody's feet are moving,
Okay,
so
hey,
I'll allow it.
look at the face of Zul's bull shark. Does that not look like a dog with a tongue sticking out? No, stop moving. All right, chat, you
And
tell
he
me.
did. Thank you, Zool.
Going at 310, going at 310, and
Wow, they called the go when they wanted to go. No complaints? Sounds fair to me.
all right. I'm looking at op four here. They got a flea, stalker, shadowcat, mi, phoenix hawk, direwolf, spider, and corsair. They have stacked their heavies heavy.
Ace of Wild is bringing in an Osiris, a Flea, a Bull Shark, a Volca 5S, a Cyclops. We know what that's going to do. Cyclops S, they're bringing the DACA. A Shadowcat Mishipeshu, unless they're going way off reservation, that's going to be AP and Plasmas. And one Stone Rhino. And they are going waterside with most of their weight.
Um, three, three's taking some shots here. It looks like he tried to go for Kappa, but he just couldn't make the play, and he had to pull back. He didn't lose a whole bunch of HP, but he did get hit for free. Now,
Aces Wild
Aces
is
Wild,
moving more intentionally and together. Op4 is currently a lot more spread out. The question is who's actually playing into the plan they intended.
interesting. So up four, or sorry, Aces Wild has moved all three of their assaults to boat. Uh, Prince Hans in the Osiris is leading the front of the pack there. If I can
Private Skittles is
put
completely
his
holding
place
down that
pretty messed up.
backside. They have shut down that push that they were pushing on around the dropship. He's finally taking some return fire. It looks like he is finally backing off. They got an ER large stalker that is supporting. They responded to it well. They're going to shut that side down.
Now, Not Bob and that Stone Rhino being a bit ahead of the other two assaults has eaten a lot of damage. Now, he did
Wild is
slow.
pushing really far forward.
I think they're making a play for this right flank here. The enemy has the range advantage on them, and they just need to get in there and and just start killing off some of these trader mechs, which I think is what they're
Full
going
respect.
for.
They made the call that this was the time to go ahead and start to shoot the things in front of them. I mean,
Oh no,
they made that call
Prince Hans
really
is about to
quick.
get
That's
picked by the
actually
flea.
respectable, but I
Uh,
think they're going to get punished because Op4 responded really fast.
yeah,
I think they're in the right spot to receive it.
Zul immediately down. The Osiris is down. The Vulcan taking some heavy hits. Um, the assaults are dying to legs. Yeah, well, the Vulcan got back shot in the side torso. Nopob's about to go down. Legend of Kelda is peeking forward. Uh, but as you pointed out, Op 4 responded beautifully to this, and the mechs that they were trying to pick off here at Op 4 spawn managed to like pull away, right? It pull away and then rotate around. Um,
Yeah, Skittles
like a
had time
door
to basically
hinge.
take most of that damage on his receive and preserve his mech. He is currently in their backs cleaning up what's left. They played that extremely well.
Yeah, Legend of Kelda down. All that's left is the Shadow Cat. Now, this Plasma Cannon AP Goth Shadow Cat is not a mech to sleep on for future weeks. Teams out there, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. It's been pretty good. It's been played. Uh, when put in the hands of a pilot who can vibe with it, it can actually put out some serious numbers. So keep that in mind, boys and girls.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
Mishi with a
this is what we're.
combo of AP Gauss and Plasmas. If you got a pilot that can lead his shots, that can do very respectable damage at about 300 meters, give or take. It's a scary mech. And they carry more armor than you'd think for a 40, 45 tonner. But it cannot go alone. And Op 4 absolutely responded perfectly to that push on the water side. So yeah, really well
100%.
played.
I thought for sure this direwolf would die though. He's at like 50%, smoking everywhere.
Yeah, he chipped enough legs and he basically dipped.
Yep. Looking at damage
Points are
numbers
points.
here.
Well
Ghost
played,
Rider and
guys.
Stalker doing a lot of damage. Um, Not
Not Bob
Bob.
did what he could as the tip of the spear.
Yeah, he got off. Being the tip of the spear, he did. He managed to get off more damage than I thought he would before getting
Yeah, he
hit.
is 2 points away from being top damage guy. But it's a team game, and Op 4 did the team thing better. Hats off. Well played, fellas.
Okay, doing letting teams know last team swap.
Well, let's hope they don't lose their initiative now that the game is kind of in the bag, because points do matter. I really
Yeah,
hope they kind of keep the thing going.
yeah. Aces Wild needs a win here to keep points. So they at least have points on the board. Um, you know, it's for most teams. We've all been there. Those matches where we get dominated. 0-5, and then we get no points on the board. And then, at the end of the season, when all that's tallied up, it's like, wow, if we were just one drop away from being a whole position higher on the leaderboard, right? And it's like that those always hurt. So yeah, Aces Wild, shake it off, go into this last drop, kick some ass, get some points. I will say, Op 4 are playing very good today. They are dominating. Can't deny that. Gun Raptor, MGSq during a hold. Don't touch your keyboard or mouse. We will literally kill you in Minecraft.
Oh, no. You want to hear a funny story?
Hey,
Here's a
go.
funny story. My wife and my daughter just showed up. They said, I heard you saying things about China and IKEA, and I think you're saying questionable things, and we need to be careful. And I said, there's nuance to the BattleTech aspect of this that would probably use explanation. It's not China, it's Capellans.
Ralphie said River City, Forest Colony, and Caustic were the OG maps. Hold on, no. Polar had to be one of the original maps too. Because
It depends on your
I played
opinion
the
of this. I
well,
mean, River was one of the original maps, but River now is absolutely not what OG River used to be.
yeah. Remember when there wasn't a ramp?
River used to be a horror show.
Yeah, whoever got the side with Citadel virtually won every time because the Op 4 side didn't have. There was only a couple paths across the water to get to Citadel side of the water, right?
I mean, River City used to be who had the better GPU because the sun came up and nerfed your
Oh,
frames per
that's right.
second by
They had
half
the
of their value.
day-night cycle. Holy shit! I
Yes,
completely
they
forgot about
did.
that. That was silly.
I haven't forgotten. Pepperidge Farm remembers. That stuff was rough.
Wait, Ghost Fox was Ace's Wild Side, right?
I have no idea. Ghost Fox, who do you want to play for today?
All right. Bob said yes. All right. I'm assuming everything's good.
He's happy, I'm happy.
Well, this is the last match of the evening. Uh, won't be doing interviews or anything because it is Sunday night. Wow, it's 9:30 Sunday night, man. See, that's how I know I'm getting old. When I look at the time and it's like 5 years ago, if it wasn't even midnight, it wasn't night yet until it was like midnight, right? That's when
I know,
night
if there
started.
wasn't 4 digits on the clock, it was early.
Yeah, and now I look at the clock and like 9:30 is like, man, oh, I gotta like do the dishes, get a shower, then go to bed in like an hour.
I mean, I occasionally pretend to be a responsible adult, but my worser habits still get the better of me from time
Yeah,
to time.
same here.
Fortunately, both of my kids are basically grown, so
Oh, I just got
it
the
all works out.
I got a 7-year-old who's the most destructive kid in the world. At least he didn't.
Congratulations.
At least he didn't drop a bookshelf on me this time.
What do you mean this time?
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
No, no. We got time. They're still red players over there. Let's hear a story.
I was
Tell me
casting.
about the time a bookshelf almost murdered level.
So it was a couple years ago. I was doing a cast. People have made like a little image of it in as like a Discord emoji. Um, but I'm casting right. I have my webcam on and stuff, and my son was running around the house in his underwear, right? I didn't want that on stream, so I put a bookshelf in front of
As a
the
son
door.
should do.
Yeah, so I put a bookshelf in front of the door, so he can't push it open. Well, or so I
Oh
thought.
no. So he saw the situation and said, Bet, I'm going through that.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear this boom, and and I tense up, right? Because I hear a boom and a gust of air, right? And yeah, it was he just shoved that door open super hard and knocked the
All
bookshelf
right, they're
over.
all green. Get ready. And F's
Yep.
in chat for level junior because I respect that energy.
Team two
Team
has
two
locked,
locked.
and here we go. Last drop. Aces Wild up four, trying to go for a 5-0. Aces Wild trying to stop it. Last line of defense.
Points are points. I
Yep.
respect the energy.
Someone asked, will 3 bring a trial mech in the last drop? I don't know. Has he brought trial mechs before in this competition?
Let's find out.
All right, I'm looking. I gotta look now. God damn it. I gotta fly over to their spawn real quick. No, no trials. Womp womp.
Nothing in fashionable green so far as I can see.
Oh, that olive drab. God, I hate olive drab.
Except for.
Interesting. Off 4's got some interesting mech choices. Of a Dragon Slayer, dude. A triple heavy peak Dragon Slayer. When was the last time you saw that one in quick play, let alone comp?
I actually saw one in comp earlier today, if you can believe it.
No shit. Okay. That blows my mind. All
Never
right.
mind, it was on the side of the team that lost, so take that for data.
All right, not Bob. Aces Wild pulling out an old school Annie 1P with the ER larges. They have a Stone Rider 7 with ER larges and a Corsair 7A. I'm assuming that's yep, Goss ER larges.
Both
All
sides are
strong
looking to play the
builds.
range game. Op 4 is the only team pushing the center cap. It looks like they just sliver got it.
Now this is interesting. Aces Wild technically have more range mechs than Op 4 this time, but Op 4 has this Victor that has gotten all the way up to the boat for free. And now he's well, I think he's still outside of his optimal range. I think he needs to actually get closer, but with
That
Aces
Victor's on the
Wild,
wrong side of the boat. He's in a spot to basically pop tart or defend the center cap, but that's about it. With that said, they've got the center cap basically slivered.
so Aces well, Aces Wild now understands he's there, and they're sending their lights to go pick. The issue is this might be too late of a move because Op 4's lights are on their way to receive. Now,
Yeah, all they have to do is hold what they have and find a way to defend it.
yeah.
As the clock ticks, they get closer to winning.
Oh, wait, they didn't come. They didn't come. Does Aces Wild
The
know that
Dragon
their
Slayer
light
is backing
stopped?
off. How did they spot that? That Victor already bailed from the situation.
Yeah, he is out of there. The Shadowcat is supporting the Victor now. I'm looking at damage numbers here. Notbob and Zool are handedly losing their trades. Um,
And there is not a single Op 4 mech under 90%.
yeah.
Illusion, finally, the Corsair at 88.
So what I'm noticing is Notbob and Zool, because where they're positioned, they can't actually shoot at the same guy at the same time. But the guy on the back of the hill here, who is that? The Illusion and the Corsair, and the Stalker Ghost Rider. I've seen both of them light up each of those mechs back and forth.
Ghost Rider in particular is starting to fall somewhat significantly.
Yeah, Ghost Rider. Yeah, you're right. 76 HP. All right.
Where's his
The
damage?
Death
Is it all?
Strike is back forward. If you hit P, you can pull up your mouse cursor, click on the mech, and then hit enter. When they have a little
Got
circle
it.
underneath of them. It looks like it's a lot of structure damage actually from overheating.
Oh, he's just cooking himself.
And
I
there's
approve
nothing
of
wrong
this
with
attitude.
that. All right, Death
Internal
Strike.
heat
Oh,
sinking.
Death Strike is shifting left. Ooh, he did he whiff?
Op 4 is repositioned to firing lines at around the mid of the map. They're looking to basically
Oh,
shut this entire game
Shadowhunter's
down.
about to get picked. Oh, Shadowhunter goes down. The Death Strike nailed that flea. He went to the left side of the boat and took a shot on that flea and got a nice shot in his back. When the
Op
flea
4 is holding their firing angles and advancing. Ace of Wild needs to do something fancy, otherwise they got a big kill box in front of them.
Yeah. Now Zul's here with Legend of Kelda trading from the second rock formation in front of the Team 1 spawn. Not Bob, unfortunately, I think he's too injured to make this move to the right here like he is.
I'm looking at 3 in particular. His Hatchet Man is healthy and just raining fire down from that flank. He has completely shut down that angle. So if they can't solve that problem, or at least attack people opposite from that control,
Is that a
this
rack
is...
hatchet man?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's a rotary AC5. That's interesting. I don't know what the quirks are on that thing, but he's pissing off that Corsair for sure. Ooh,
The quirks don't matter as much as the position. He's got 2 mechs that are supporting that whole side. They control the entire map right now.
Yeah, 100%. Aces Wild has been pushed into that whole corner of the map. Chardaby's in the Shadowcat is pretty injured, but I think he's going to be completely fine here, unless... Ooh, I take that back. That Annihilator just got a nice shot on him. Notbob goes down. The Shadowcat finally gets halved, but he messes up the ante. The ante did not get that trade for an equal trade there. Zool goes down from trades, and
3
yeah,
pushing
Op Force is
forward.
going to kind of wrap around here. The Adders, Shadowcat, and Commando on Ace's Wild side are fighting with the Phoenix Hawk in the that Hatchet Man.
But the only hope that Aces Wilds has is that Op 4 is dragging their range mechs well behind them. If they can make a brawl out of it and get some quick kills
Hey,
in the
they got the
trees
pick
over
on the
there.
Hatchet Man. They could probably still pick the Phoenix Hawk too, right leg. But they just need to go for it. Yeah, their last big
Oh,
mech's
who they
down.
have isolated down in the water?
The Stalker.
And he dropped.
Captain Ivan goes down. They managed to leg the Victor. Can they finish him? Go for the kill.
It's just
Go
too
for the
much
kill.
firepower and armor at this point.
All right, they managed to get that extra kill in.
They got the kill! Pride matters. Well played.
All that's left is the Commando. Then that will be it for tonight.
And that's a Christmas elf, I believe. Yeah, go legs on that guy, which they did. Op 4 GG. Really good game plan that game.
Yeah, GG's both sides. Aces Wild, it was a hard fight. Op4 did absolutely come with their A game today. They played very well, very fluid. And you just could not pin them down. A couple times where Aces Wild thought that they could pin Op4 down and then take them on, right? Op4 just weaseled their way out of it and then turned it against them with either strong flanks or an entire encirclement. We watched that
And this
happen
was
on
a planning
series
thing.
and here.
Exactly. I mean, I think on every drop we saw, Op 4, I think they won the game when it came to understanding the map and moving according. You can play a single mech and have whatever results you get. Op 4 was playing the map, and they performed extremely well. So, salute. You guys did a great job out there tonight.
100%. Yeah, you can't. Uh, 0-5 loss is always hard, but I know Ace is wild, and I know they'll shake it off and come back even stronger next week. Op 4, this was a big boost for them. This is going to put them in the running for, you know, uh, first, second, the place, first, second, or third. Uh, this might put them up there for competition with first, actually. So we're going to see how that plays out over the next, I think, 4 weeks remaining of the competition. Because as of now, week 2 is closed. Week 2 is fully done, and we are officially on week 3. Do you have anything else you want to add, 5 Day, before we sign off for the evening?
I think I'm all right. I mean, the first week anything can happen, but by the second week you start to get a better idea of really what the teams are, how they play, and what they're made of. So, I believe Op4 has kind of established themselves as a genuine threat in this game, and any teams coming up against them, they really ought to pay attention.
100%. I'm level. I'm just your
This is
average
5 Day.
potato, and yeah, that was 5 Day. Thank you guys for tuning in for the cast. Hopefully we will be back next weekend with a lot more games for you guys to quench that mech thirst. Everyone, y'all have a great night and have a great week.